So it's a pretty big update today. These are not actually the anime, they're anime related, but, well, they're hentai. And I think I mentioned that there was a company that was restocking a lot of their stuff. Well, I think all of them shipped. I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually going to check on these slightly off camera because I don't remember if this company's hentai DVDs safe for camp, safe for stream. Just looking at front and back. Okay, yeah, we got 2 in there, and then the other shit ton of here. And you know, hentai DVDs continue to be the one section of my anime DVD collection that is underrepresented. Like, there are still some anime DVDs I don't have, but I don't know, some of them are rare, some of them are might not even exist, and a lot of them are just hard to get in stock very quick. It's always going to be super used stuff, and I could get them, but I'm anyways, the main thing for us to do, I say us, but really that's me, oops, sorry, is to dig in. We're just going to get through these. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. It's a big box, and as you can see, there are a lot. Let's just create a pile there. I was trying to think if that one looked familiar. I thought I double checked to make sure I didn't buy any, oof. Yeah, I guess that's fine. That's a receipt. And this is a sticker thing. I'll put that aside and move this box in. Finish this. Okay, These are pretty borderline, but I guess I get to mark these videos as not for children. Okay, yeah. I mean, I've been doing that, but these are not sorted, so I should at least. Did I already see that one here? Yeah. Okay. That's apparently a 4-volume thing. Yeah, you know, we're just organizing these real quick. Put the higher number on the bottom. I recognize that name because that was this one. So, oh yeah, this is a volume 2. That makes sense. Okay, I'm not sure if this is actually everything, but okay. As you can see, they're just. I would say this is probably not everything. So maybe some of them aren't quite in stock. I'll have to double check the order, but absolutely not for children. Where's the? Oh yeah, that does say volume 2 right there. So yeah, let's get this over with. You can see we have School of Masochists Perfect Edition. We have Insatiable Volume 1. I don't remember if there's Volume 2. Necromancer Volume 1. Boobalicious Volumes 1 and 2. It looks really weird. Dark Chapel Volumes 1 and 2. If you're wondering, I don't really think too much about these, I just get them. Mistreated Bride Volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have Taboo Charming Mother Volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Volume 1 of this is not there, and I seem to recall all the volumes being there, but since I don't see it there, Anyways, let's get on to the real meat of the show. As a side note, I also got Joker, and I watched it. I'll talk about that the later part of the video. Maybe put this right there. Let's get this back out again because we have another thing to open. This one should be a Kickstarter. Okay. Yep. Oof, sorry. We have another one of these, another receipt. So these are going to the side. And then we're going to open this thing because that's a smile. So this is the top up here. Yeah. And it is nice and, not coming undone glue-wise, which is good for the shipping, bad for video, good for scissors, good opportunity to get scissors. Put them to use. Those orange scissors have helped me a lot. That looks to be everything. Okay, now let's get these in order, and why don't we go ahead and begin with this Aria. Can't see, but I think this is the third thing. This is Aria. I think that could be a D. Man, I don't remember the names of this stuff off the top of my head. I do feel a sticker here, but I don't think that helps get it open. But that does. So it's gotten a little long. Could have sworn I cut it pretty recently. So this is part of the Aria on Blu-ray Kickstarter. I think it's all being redubbed. I feel like I could almost read this blue on white. This is Aria, the Origination. Well, anyways, we have here, this is episodes 1 through 5. This doesn't say anything on it at all. Which disc is that? Episodes 1 through 5, 5.5 through 9, 10 through 13. Actually, you know what? There's probably two separate things in here. Oh my god, I cannot even read what that says. It's interesting because the rest of these have the white, but that one's clearly got the reflective. Kickstarter exclusive extras. Yeah, that's not the Origination. That's the... Fuck, I wish I could say. Well, anyways, I thought there was something in between Origination and seasons 1 and 2, and I think this is that little thing there. I have no clue what this is. Especially since I can't read that. It's too reflective, it's too small. Maybe my eyesight's going bad. Maybe y'all can read it, except I can read that fine, so I think they just chose a font France. Well, we're not done with this just by looking at it, because I keep keeping this nearby. And we are going to take this out. And actually, real quick, I don't know that I looked at that, the insert. It's Aria characters. But, you know, we're going to do that, and you know what? That's finally fucking complete. Jesus. It's been a long time. Now I can toss that. You know what? Let's just put this together. This is the complete Aria Blu-ray Kickstarter release. Well, congratulations, Nozomi. Next up we have Hinomaru Sumo Part 1, Episodes 1 through 12. Blu-ray only, Funimation, 6 collectible art cards, and one chest. Although, given that this is, you know, interesting, it's a slipcover, but there's definitely some stuff underneath it. Oh, now that's a little more fiery. If you're into that, congratulations. Gonzo, power comes in all sizes. A region A and B, an English dub. I'm not seeing anything that would be special features. So what we're going to do is open this up. So we have here the art cards. This feels easy to open, so let's take a peek at them. I do not know these characters. I do not know what to make of this anime. Is it sumo wrestling? Because they seem very sumo-esque, but not really. Maybe it's kind of like wrestling. Does that look like grappling? I almost thought it was boxing when I purchased it, but those aren't boxing gloves. In fact, that's a distinct lack of boxing gloves. What about here? I don't see where it says extra features. I see where it says there 12 episodes. And that darkness was really weird. Yeah, I don't know. Some confusing, conflicting, weird stuff. Disc 1, Disc 2. That looks more like a sumo stance. Might be a sumo wrestling anime then. I mean, sumo wrestling would make more sense than wrestling, but at the same time, you never know. They might explore wrestling just because it's something new. Next up, we have Endro, the complete saga, which I'm not quite sure what it's about. I think I've seen a couple of these characters before. But I don't think I saw them in context that would help me know what to make of this. Their children and katana maidens. I mean, it's definitely curiosity, but I don't know. Like that, I'm not sure. That feels like it almost communicates kind of the attitude of the show, but I'd have to watch it to make sure. Anyways, we have regions A and B. We have an English dub. Special features are here. Japanese promo videos featuring each adventurer. Textless opening and ending songs. These are adventurers. I guess it kind of has a medieval fantasy look. So is she an adventurer or is she the Demon King? She does seem to be standing separately from them. And then if that's the case, then who the hell is she? I'd say Demon King, but maybe Demon Lord would be a more appropriate title. Well, I do like it when the fronts are different on the slipcovers, so that's pretty cool. So now we'll go dig on the inside. We have Endro, Disc 1, Disc 2. I'm sorry, no. Okay, so she's probably the main character given the fact that she's just fucking everywhere. And she's in the front of the group there. So, oh, okay, yeah. So if we wanted that for the cover, you could reverse the covers, but it has, this one by default defaults to, well, her. But that works really well with the slipcover because of that. Zombieland Saga. I'm actually very curious about this one. This is the limited edition version. Regions A and B, English dub. Comes with 3 holographic art cards, chibi magnets, and a 20-page art booklet, but that's not the special features. Songs and rap battles now dubbed. So something tells me this was probably dubbed, but it was the standard dub before where where the songs are still in Japanese, and maybe that's what was shown on Crunchyroll, and now it's dubbed here. Just a guess. Since I don't... Okay, I keep not processing that one's cover. Anyways, I do have a vague idea of somewhat what this anime may be about, but I don't want to speculate. Something about that thing in her hair and the poofiness of it looks familiar. And I'm thinking from a VR chat avatar, but if that's her, then I don't think I'm remembering correctly. Anyways, I am quite curious. I'm guessing, okay, these are the stickers. There may be things under there as well. That's nice and shiny. Okay. Anyways, I know at least one thing from this show which seems amusing in concept. I'm going to want to watch it just to verify it and see if it has good substance beyond that. Blu-ray disc 1, Blu-ray disc 2, DVD disc 1, DVD disc 2. You got these nice zombie-like eyes staring at us. So, I would consider this one a curiosity that I'm likely to watch that arrived this week. Which I guess is important to note because, like, this update is mostly hentai DVDs, and to be honest, I'm not all that curious about those. So now we have a Certain Magical Index Season 3 Part 2. And I did consider firing up Season 3 Part 1, but then I got lazy and didn't. So let's get these stickers off to look at some sexy face. No, that's Index. Oh, but there was that. That's sexy. Now let's get some sexy giant-ass claws. Not that they're ass claws, they're just giant and they're clawy. So I assume they're claws. I like that image. That's a cool image. But, special features, episode 26, commentary, Japanese promo videos, textless opening, closing. Region A, English, audio, so it's got dubbed. Alright. And then... Now I am not getting much friction, so we will get this. I could use the scissors, but this is a little more blunt, so it's less likely to cause accidental damage. Blah, 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 blah. That's my excuse, and obviously I don't completely believe it because I just keep repeating it to you. Pretty good sign that I'm trying to convince myself, because I just like using that for that purpose. Alright, digging in. That's a nice group photo, group picture. Anyways, the standard stuff in that booklet. Let's see. This says Blu-ray 3, episodes 14 through 22. So that would be Season 3, Part 2, Disc 1. Because this is the fourth one, and yeah, special features, DVD Volume 3 and DVD 4. Do I remember all these characters? Maybe, kind of, sort of. Some of this is vague. I don't know. What am I prioritizing watching? I kind of got a good couple of choices. Aria is not a choice just because I keep not being able to make it through the first series. And I'm going to talk about that while I'm opening Black Clover Season 2 Part 2? Part 1? Part 1? That's a 1, right? Took me forever to get all of Season 1. But yeah, I guess I've heard that there may be some pacing issues, especially in the later half of Season 3. Like, it may be a little too fast or something like that. And, I don't know. I should probably just watch it 9 uncut episodes over 91 minutes of special features. Regions A and B, English dub, special features, Black Clover, a chat among kings inside the episodes. 64, 67, 69, 72 highlights. Episode 72 commentary. Clover clips, special editions, techless opening and closing song. Plural. And then we get on the inside and alright. Are all of today's Funimation except for the Aria thing? So we got Season 2 Blu-ray, Season 2 Part 1, Blu-ray 1. Half, well, actually fully naked guy, but only half showing, as well as a younger guy. We've got Blu-ray 2, DVD 1. I don't want to turn it around. I'm getting kind of tired of standing. DVD 2. Wow, that guy's literally on fire. I'm guessing that other guy's literally icy. So the two of them together are icy hot. Aha. Well, that guess is not really that much of a joke, considering that name as reference to that character is already a joke referencing, I don't know. Anyways, here's this week's anime DVD collection update. So yeah, didn't really watch pretty much any anime this past week. I was tired. And then I'm trying to remember what else was happening, but I'm having trouble remembering. So, I did watch The Joker. Well, Joker, sorry, it's not The Joker, it's just Joker. And I do have to say that watching this did worry me about the people who were complaining about it. You know, the people who were pointing fingers saying, oh my god, this is just going to make people, you know, it's interesting because it's not really a good Batman movie. It's not a really, it's not a detective story, it's not action-y thrilly, it's a character story that happens to use the character of the Joker. And you know, you watch it and you won't even necessarily come out of it thinking he is the Joker. He is maybe a different interpretation of the Joker. And it would be kind of interesting to see where they go with the Batman in this. But the interesting thing is this complaint that this will make people just turn more evil, misogynistic crap is kind of ignoring the point that the main character of this is not very charismatic. He's not very thrilling. It's a story about a guy with problems who is treated poorly, maybe not even necessarily because of them directly, sometimes indirectly. You know, like people don't go up to him and say, haha, you're disabled, I'm going to punch you in the face. But there's assholes who make misunderstandings, and he makes a lot of mistakes, a lot of very cringy mistakes, but mistakes that you understand from his perspective. The entire idea is, even when you go to like the final key scene, it is not played with music. It is not supposed to be suspenseful. It's not like anything in The Dark Knight. The Joker in that one is just like, holy shit, that guy's scary. What you gonna do next? This one, you're just kind of watching a man break down, and it's not played as if he's some sort of genius about this stuff. He's not charismatic, and it doesn't really feel like he's in control of the situation, but it feels like he's gaining control of the life for him to a certain degree. And that's the thing, is it's not glorifying it. It's just this really interesting character drama, basically, except, you know, it's about this main character who's treated like shit. The truth of the matter is the people who are pointing fingers at it definitely have an agenda, and they are scary. Because if they watch this movie and they thought that people would find this character worth emulating, then they're sociopaths and they're not afraid to just shit on society in general. They're basically, you know, admitting, oh, I didn't understand the character, therefore I'm going to assume other people will, and they're scary. They don't understand the character. There's nothing about it that's threatening. So, you shouldn't watch this movie expecting suspense, thrill. There's little scenes in there that are kind of like that, but they're not like action suspense. You're holding your breath wondering what's happening next. You're just more like, I think what he said agrees, but I'm afraid he's going to change his mind for reasons I'm having trouble telling. And that's what the other character in that situation is feeling right now. And it's more suspense because you kind of want things to work out okay in that situation. But, you know, overall, it's actually a really nice movie. So if it gets nominated for the wrong things, that would be really interesting. Because it'd be really easy to say, oh yes, it's a good Joker, so we should give it a nomination for Best Action or something like that. No, this movie wasn't an action movie. This one was a psychological, not even really psychological. Usually that means it's doing something to the audience. It has a little bit of that, I guess. But it's really just about a guy in a bad situation getting worse and coping with it in a really bad way. You know, you have sympathy for him, but at the same time, you know that he's a bad person. He's not somebody who you say, oh man, if I was like that, people would totally respect me. He doesn't seem respectable. But in a way, that's what makes him work within the universe, and that's what makes him work there. And there's a couple of other things where you can say this or that. I don't know. The entire point is the movie isn't about that part of the Joker. It's not about the part of the Joker that fascinates you, as in, how can somebody like that outcun the Batman? This is about a man who just... I feel like I'm a broken record saying this. He just has, you know, psychological issues, and he has trouble handling them and handling the shit he's been handed in life. And, you know, it kind of points out that him not handling isn't necessarily his fault. Him becoming as bad of a person as he did is probably his fault. But, you know, if the takeaway message from this is really, you don't shit on people just because you think you know better than the situation. You know, I mean, I think that's maybe a good way to say it. You should definitely have the goal of helping your fellow man, but, you know, you kind of have to make sure you're not hurting your fellow man by saying you're helping them or something like that. Like, that message seems to be going on in the background a bit as well, where you have people who say they want to help, but they might not be really wanting to help, and their attitude didn't strike me as that, but I think some of that is because we're seeing things from the main character's perspective. So, I don't know. Make of it what you will. Watch it because it's an interesting character drama, and I think that's what a lot of the people who acted in this are going to do, or were like nominated for awards, because they played some very human characters in there. And there's some parts of it that feel kind of Hollywood scripted, and it works a little bit in this movie for that reason, which I guess I'm not going to mention, but, you know, that's that. So, what anime? I mean, it's not like I didn't watch no anime, it's just that, you know, there were a couple one-off episodes that I watched. I almost always do that every week, I just don't mention it, because why do I need to tell you that I rewatched the episode, or the part of Land of the Lustrous from the end of winter? You know, if you watch that show, then you kind of know why that part is kind of fun to rewatch. My Friday friend, I've rewatched, it was a rewatch for me, him for the first time, more of Season 3, Part 1 of My Hero Academia. You know, he's back from vacation, back from the holidays, and we've started up anime again, and he caught up on Attack on Titan. I don't even think I mentioned Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 1. No, I think I mentioned that. And, you know, My Hero Academia is good. It's good stuff that we're watching. And my Thursday friend, we
It was a rewatch for me again. We watched Steven Universe Future. You know, this was one of those things where, for people like me and him who kind of stay disconnected from the world, it's really easy for us to fall behind on that stuff. And I took advantage of my holiday vacation to say, oh yeah, this is happening, I need to make sure I keep kind of track of it. How can I keep track of it, blah blah blah. So I had a really good handle on how I could catch him up on that stuff. But, you know, that's all just stuff that happened to happen. But this week, I know part of the problem is, you know, the day after I did my update last week, that big manila envelope with all the DVDs in it that were supposed to have come out last week arrived, you know, and because it was a day late, I left it closed. I opened up the package that had Joker because I was going to watch that specifically, and because unboxing that one is whatever. But I knew that there were at least 2 things in here I was kind of curious about, and I was thinking of getting ahead on Certain Magical Index Season 3, and I guess I just didn't start it. But I should dig it out. It's just right there. Maybe that's the first thing I prioritize watching. And then Zombieland Saga has got my curiosity, and if I get through all that stuff, who knows? Given how slow I've been in terms of watching stuff, probably not. But if I do, then I might check out Endro. Because now I'm a little curious, but I'm not expecting much. Especially since it seems to have a certain sort of personality, which is cute, but I don't find particularly engaging. And I'll just have to see if maybe that's the case, or maybe it does turn out to be a kind of cute but engaging that I didn't expect. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's everything to talk about. You know, there's of course VR chat avatar stuff, but I think most of what I could talk about is intricate detail stuff and not worth mentioning here. So, y'all have a nice week.